Mississippi. We are in the heart of Jones County at Ellisville, Mississippi. We are at Walley Forestry on this beautiful spring day. The sun is getting a little higher out here. The wind is swirling around a bit, but we're in good shape. Safe and sound here under the SuperTalk tent with the SuperTalk RV in the background. Joining us now from the Element Well Studios in Ellisville, Dr. Jesse Smith. He's the president of Jones College. Dr. Smith, thanks for coming on today, sir.
You bet. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. And welcome to Jones County.
Yeah, glad to be here. Got to say again, just always enjoy the ride around rural Mississippi, in particular between here and central Mississippi. It's we're just blessed with a beautiful state here, beautiful landscape, and it is in all of its splendor when you have a brilliant sunny day in the spring here like we do today, with some storms moving through earlier in the week, but as is usually the case when the cold front moves through, behind that is nice weather. So we got that on top of us. But thanks for coming on Middays, Dr. Smith.
Thank you. Well, you know, it is a beautiful county, a beautiful part of the world, because we've done such a good job of managing our natural resources, thanks to our folks from Walley Forestry allowing us to be on.
No question.
Mr. Walley taught at the college for many, many years, and he educated me in the process, and he was one of our vice presidents for a long time. So we're very thankful to be a part of the day.
Well, it's a great Mississippi story, there's no doubt, and such a valuable service, and quite the niche business, really, is what it is.
It's a great natural resource.
Yeah. We are blessed indeed. So tell us what's going on in your world at Jones College. I know it's a fantastic institution, and it's something that you have done a great job in leading, and lots of good stuff going on.
Right. Well, the college has been around for a long time, Gerard, but I would tell you this, that if you don't want a great education, then Jones is not the place for you. So it is a fantastic place, outstanding faculty, and you know, it's part of a 15-member community college system.
Yeah.
And the thing that I tell people is that for every credit hour that a student earns, they're adding so much to their future income that it adds up. So walking away and not coming to college, or coming to Jones or any of the other colleges, is like leaving $1 million check right there on the table by not coming to college, because you know, making your way. So the college has been around. We've had great success in a multitude of areas. For instance, we're a comprehensive college, but I want to say this one thing: everything that we do is workforce training. Everything. Every class, everything we do, everything is about workforce training. And then we have anywhere between 5,000 and 4,000 credit students, and we may have 8,000 non-credit students that we're training directly to go to the workforce. We have the comprehensive programs that we see, from accounting to zoology and everything in between, and we have fantastic faculty as part of it. And, you know, we do a pretty good job with some other things, like athletics. We got one of the winningest programs in the country. We've got first-round drafters in the NFL. We just got back from the Final Four from women's basketball. We've had national championships. We have a full array of arts programs, etc., but very innovative programs that are coming up. And so I'm a graduate of there, bleed maroon and gold. And I'm sure my mom and Jennifer's mom, my wife Jennifer's mom, are listening, so I'm going to behave today.
I got it. So the community college system here in the state, Dr. Smith, is really quite the asset and somewhat unique.
It is.
Amongst the United States.
It is the oldest system in the country, and it has been ranked the top system in the country several times. And I would say that there's no better way to do any kind of change through education better than through the community college system, because we're everywhere, every county and every family.
Give us a little bit about the background of how the community college system started in Mississippi.
Sure. It started out originally as, you know, Mississippi started an agricultural high school system. And then in the 20s, the legislature said, well, if you have agricultural high school, we might want to start considering offering classes, college classes.
Yeah.
And so we regrouped, and next thing you know, that took off. And that was the footprint for early education for getting folks into college, was through the junior college. It was called the junior college system at the time. Pearl River came on first in 1927. Jones came on in 27. Hines came on in 27. And then we added, where we are today, we have a full comprehensive array in every footprint in the state of Mississippi with the 15 colleges we have.
Really is incredible. Now, I want to say at one time, correct me if I'm wrong here, that a prospective student, a resident of Mississippi, was required, if they want to go to community college or junior college, to the one that covered their district. That's not the case anymore.
No, you can go anywhere. Of course, the state of Mississippi, students can go anywhere they want to. But this is the thing I would say that's most important, and for Mississippians who are concerned about the growth of Mississippi. You know, folks that go through the community college and earn the Associate of Applied Science degree, 97% of those students stay in the state of Mississippi.
Really? Wow. That's good to
stay
know.
here. They stay here and we're part of Mississippi.
Well, I want to go back to something you said earlier, which is all of your curriculum and really everything about the way you operate the institution is geared towards workforce development. It's the number one thing we hear from employers. That they all say that. And though we've been talking a lot about taxes on the program today and in prior programs, the fact is that doesn't come up a lot from prospective employers or businesses looking to locate in the state. What does come up is, do you have the labor that we can hire to staff the organizations to function, to operate?
No question. And we hear that as well, and we are very attentive to the folks that we work with in our business and industry. It's so much so that that's why we started some new programs. For instance, we've got construction equipment technology that's coming on board this fall. We've got an entrepreneurship technology program. Diesel equipment technology, I don't know if you've ever, it's very hard for folks to find folks in that. CDL, we produce a lot of those, but a new one that's very popular is utility linemen and electrical linemen,
Okay.
So those are all new programs and very adaptive that we're trying to add and be part of the program.
And much in demand.
Huge. Most of the students have jobs before they finish.
Yeah. Very much in demand, and the thing about it is they're really in a lot of places for people to go to learn these skills, to acquire these skills, to be ready to go to work.
And I'm glad you brought that up. We created a program called For Anyone, Anywhere in the United States, Online Workforce College. So even if you wanted to learn something between accounting and zoology, you could go right in there a la carte and you could learn about it. If you wanted to learn how to do a little robotics, a little bit of hydraulics, or anything of that. Or even if you wanted to learn a bit about computer programming, you can go to our online workforce college, and there's a course in there. It's competency-based. You can get it, and when you finish, you get a credential, which is it's a digital credential, and it follows you from now on. And it's unique. It's kind of like an NFT.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool.
That is amazing, and I've talked about this before. I think it's MIT that a couple of years ago actually went to issuance of degrees through the blockchain.
Right, through the blockchain, absolutely. If you want to learn about blockchain, we've got a course on blockchain.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Don't you see, Dr. Smith, this kind of evolution in this transition away from the traditional linear degree and more towards these more specialized skills, certifications?
Absolutely.
Isn't that happening?
Right. One of the things that we're seeing, we know that the future is in professional education specifically. Everything you got to learn, no matter what your degree, you've got to be able to do something, be able to be certified in a skill set. That's the pathway. Yeah. So if you can ensure whatever it is you've got a skill set, it will work, and that is the future. One of the more innovative things is that in the past you've heard people say, "Well, you don't need to be a vocational or a technical career and technical program because you can't get a BS degree, or if you wanted to go on to college." Well, that's changed. Mississippi State University now accepts the Associate of Applied Science, which is they will take it, and some of the other universities are taking it. They're very innovative. So the pathway to the future now is limitless. If you want to be successful, just start at a community college, preferably Jones College, but anywhere, any of our sister institutions, you walk in the door, you're going to have a pathway to success. They'll find a way. No, if you're in the negative on your assets, or if you're very wealthy, there's a place to be.
That is awesome. And we should also point out, it seems that more and more employers are more interested in these specialized skills and these specialized certifications and accreditations than they are necessarily the traditional.
Right.
We're moving in that direction. There's no doubt about
we do specific training, but the future is we've got to connect to our industries. We've got to train specifically. We've got to work that out. We do that very well.
Sounds great. Dr. Smith, thanks for so much for joining us here today in your home county.
Well, thank you so
County.
much for being here. I appreciate that.
Yes,
if you
sir.
leave hungry out of Jones County, it's your own fault.
I got you. Good to have you on.
Good to have you.
Yes,
here.
sir.
Thank you.
Middays will come right back from the Element Well Studios. We're at Walley Forestry in Ellisville, Mississippi. Stay with us.